What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Ricardo, your NBA sports journalist, and before Game 3 tips off tonight in Los Angeles, I need to take a step back with you, because I think we are all so caught up in the day-to-day of this series, the box scores, the win probabilities, the turnover numbers, that we are missing the bigger picture of what we are actually watching right now. We are watching the last run of LeBron James. I do not say that to be dramatic. I do not say that to get clicks. I say it because when you sit down and look at the full story of this 2026 playoff run from beginning to end, every game, every moment, every comeback, and every collapse, you realize that what is happening right now is something the basketball world is never going to see again. And we are living through it in real time without fully appreciating what it means. Let me take you all the way back to the beginning. Because the story of LeBron James in the 2026 NBA playoffs did not start with the Oklahoma City series. It started before Game 1 against Houston, when everyone was asking the same question they have been asking for 3 years now. Is this finally the year the wall comes for him? Is this finally the playoff run where 40 years of living catches up to LeBron James? And then he went out in Game 1 against Houston and played like LeBron James. The Lakers won. They won Game 2. They were up 2-0 and the conversation shifted from, is LeBron done, to, how deep can this Lakers team go? That is what he does. That is what he has always done. He makes you feel like you were ridiculous for ever doubting him. Then Game 4 happened. 10 points, 8 turnovers, 22% shooting, minus 18. Houston won by 19 and the series was tied at 2-2. And for the first time in this playoff run, maybe for the first time in years, LeBron James stood at a microphone after a basketball game and called his own performance unacceptable. Not questionable, not frustrating, unacceptable. He used that word specifically because he knew what the performance meant and he refused to hide from it. I did a video on that game. You all showed up for it in a massive way, and I appreciate every single one of you who watched and commented and shared it. Because that video was not about tearing LeBron down. It was about having an honest conversation about what we were seeing. And what we were seeing in Game 4 was something that felt different. Something that felt like more than just a bad night. But then, because this is LeBron James and this is what he does, Game 5 and Game 6 happened. Austin Reeves came back from injury. LeBron cleaned up the turnovers. The Lakers closed out Houston in Game 6 with a dominant 98-78 win where LeBron went for 28 points and was plus 26. And just like that, the "is LeBron done" conversation became LeBron is still LeBron and don't you forget it. That is the emotional roller coaster of watching this man play basketball at 40 years old. Up and down, brilliant and then struggling, carrying and then stumbling, making you believe and then making you worry. It is exhausting and it is beautiful, and there is nothing else like it in sports. Then, Oklahoma City arrived. And I told you before Game 1 that the computers gave LeBron and the Lakers a 9.1% chance. 9.1. I told you that number was not disrespect. It was the mathematical reality of the gap between these two rosters. OKC swept Phoenix. They were rested. They had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, and a bench that goes 48 points deep. And the Lakers had LeBron James, a 22.7% win probability at home in Game 3, and a whole lot of heart. Game 1, LeBron had 27 points on 70.6% shooting. He was efficient. He was engaged. He was the best version of himself. The Lakers lost by 18. OKC's biggest lead was 21. And the basketball world started doing the math on how many games this series had left. Game 2, LeBron had 23 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, went 4 for 4 from the line. Again, functional. Again, engaged. Again, not the problem. Austin Reeves went for 31 points on 62.5% shooting, one of the best games of his career. The Lakers had 21 turnovers. OKC scored 26 points off those turnovers. OKC's bench scored 48. The Thunder won 125-107 and went up 2-0. And then Alex Caruso, who played alongside LeBron in Los Angeles, who knows what this man is capable of better than almost anyone in that Thunder locker room, warned his teammates after the game. He said, "Do not get comfortable." He said LeBron James is the kind of player who can flip a series by himself. He said the work is not done. When I covered that story on this channel, it became our biggest video ever. 8,000 views, 500 watch hours, 50 new subscribers still coming in, because you all felt what I felt when Caruso said those words. You felt the weight of what this moment actually is. This is not just a playoff series. This is the final chapter of the greatest basketball career in the history of this sport. And even the people trying to eliminate him are telling you, do not look away. Tonight is Game 3, Los Angeles. The Staples Center crowd is going to be electric in a way that only a must-win playoff game can produce. LeBron James is going to walk out onto that floor, knowing that if the Lakers lose tonight, they go down 3-0, and no team in NBA history has ever come back from 3-0. He knows the math. He knows the odds. He has known the odds before, and he has beaten them anyway. The 22.7% win probability tonight is not 0. And with LeBron James on your team, 0 is the only number that means it is over. Here is what I want you to think about as you watch Game 3 tonight. Set aside the stats for a minute. Set aside the win probabilities and the turnover numbers and the bench points. Just watch LeBron James play basketball. Watch the way he sees the floor. Watch the way he makes decisions in traffic that players half his age cannot make. Watch the way he competes, the way he communicates with his teammates, the way he refuses to accept that any moment is too big for him. Because whether the Lakers win tonight or not, whether this series ends in 5 games or 7, what you are watching is the closing act of something we have never seen before and will never see again. A 40-year-old man competing at the highest level of professional basketball against the best team in the Western Conference. Still passing like a point guard, still getting to the rim, still making Alex Caruso nervous enough to warn his teammates after 2 dominant wins. That is LeBron James. That is the last run, and it deserves every single second of your attention. Game 3 tonight in Los Angeles. I will be back with the full reaction and breakdown immediately after the final buzzer. I am Ricardo, your NBA sports journalist. If this video meant something to you, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel because we are covering every moment of this run together until it ends. Drop a comment below. What is your most memorable LeBron playoff moment ever? I want to read every single one. Let us go. Tonight matters.